Live from iRacing's Tulsa Expo Center, I'm Rick James, joined by Deplorable Me by my side, getting ready for the heat for this ARCS Midwest Barbecue Chili Bowl. Terry, welcome to Tulsa.
So excited. We've been waiting for a long time to watch this race, and now we are live. Excited to see this Heat 1 action. Matthew Kent's going to lead the pack. David Davidson's going to be on the outside. Joshua Garrison and Trevor Zelazny, they're going to run in the second row. We're going to take the top three right now, Rick James, to the A main. So the start of the qualifiers are already underway. We're going to run an 8-lap heat here, so these drivers are really getting amped up. I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
There's that grid on your screen right there. 7 laps in this heat as the pace truck peels off. Terry, let's get the Chili Bowl started.
Green flag is out, and Matthew Kent in that 51 car. He's going to be in the lead. Connor Darnell, and there's already a crash right there on the backstretch. We'll see. Looks like cautions are going to be disabled for these heats, Rick. So the 51 of Joshua Gaiman looks like, the 61, he's out to a really nice start over the rest of the field. The second place driver of Connor Darnell and the third place driver of Trevor Zelazny. We're going to get these names worked out tonight. Looks like they're in the transfer spot. Tommy Reynolds in that 25, charging hard, Rick James.
Reynolds in that McDonald's colored 25 ahead of Blaine Brink in that 5th position. Reynolds in the consolation spot right now in that 4th position. Trevor Zelazny up ahead in that final transfer position in 3rd. Matt Kent goes over, and once more he's on the bare racetrack, and he jumps immediately to pit road. DP Gaiman leads.
Ooh, 3rd place car now into the wall. The 25 of Tommy Reynolds, who had a little bit of a mishap. He's trying to catch up. Just 2 laps to go here in this Heat 1. They are bumper to bumper going into turn 1. The 25 underneath. He might try a slide job here, Rick.
Into that first corner, the 25 of Tommy Reynolds up to the inside. They make some contact between 3 and 4. Reynolds now end over end. Gaiman, Darnell, Zelazny, the final advancing position as the white flag comes out. Blaine Brink with one last charge on Tommy Reynolds, Terry.
Incredible racing already in Heat 1. We've seen 2 cars flipped upside down. It looks like Joshua Gaiman gonna come home with the win here in Heat 1. Connor Darnell and Trevor Zelazny, they are also going to advance to the A main tonight. Blaine Brink, Tommy Reynolds, Joshua Garrison, Matthew Kent, Samuel Roberts, and David Davidson, they are going to be trying to make it through the soup. So Heat 1's over, Heat 2's underway. This is some quick action here at the Chili Bowl.
We're going to see just how soon these cars line up. Cars out there getting track prep moving, and this heat about to get rolling. If you've just recently joined us, I'm Rick James, joined by my partner in crime, Ohio's native son, Terry Gabbard, ready to bring you this second heat of action. The cars are lined up on the racetrack, and we're going to get them moving once again. And this is the Midwest Barbecue ARCS Chili Bowl Nationals. DP, take us through the starting lineup for Heat 2.
Cody Bullock is going to be on the inside front row. Elliot Longenecker in that 2nd place position. Cody Pinnell and Daniel Maddox, they're going to make up row 2. Jaron Valley, Daniel Adam, Coulter West, Tyler Street, and Mark Kincaid, they're going to make up the rest of this Heat 2 field. Rick, without these cautions coming out, it's looking like the guy up front has a really good advantage if he can get out away from the rest of the field.
We're going to see what these drivers can do straight away. 7 laps is not a long time, Terry. This pace truck's going to peel off here in just half a lap, and these cars are going to get moving. It's quick, it's fast, and they're fighting for inches at a time, Terry.
Tyler Street and Daniel Adams, they'll be side by side. The pace truck's going to come off right now. All of these initial restarts, Rick, will come on the green flag, so we'll probably see them right about the same spot till we get to that A main, and then things will definitely change. The cars are off. Tyler Street out front. The top 3 right next to him. All good starts for these 3 cars. The 2nd place driver of Daniel Adams, he was doing a wheelie on that backstretch, and he was able to not work out for him too much. He's going to give up the second place position to Coulter West. But right now, Rick, these top 3 drivers, they're out to a nice lead.
Daniel Adam doesn't have to push the issue. He's going to advance if he can stay in the 3rd position, but Mark Kincaid getting up next to him in that 5-4. Jaron Valley in the 1 car doing a wheelie out of 2, and then it's Georgia's Cody Pennell bringing up the rear in 6th. He's expected to do much better than this, Terry.
4 laps in, 4 to go, side by side here for 2nd place, and that's going to bring the 54 into it. They get into it just a little bit. The 54 able to keep it going. It looks like the 1 of Jaron Valley. He's going to be trying to come up to take the 4th place position. Still side by side for 2nd place, Rick. Maybe they don't know that they're going to the A main already.
Tyler Street and Coulter West fighting left and right, but who's going to make their way on up? 2 laps to go in this 2nd heat. Coulter West now looking to the inside. Daniel Adams sits in 3rd. He is that transfer position. Kincaid, the first LCQ winner in this one. Yeet the Ginger saying he got messed up. DP final lap. Tyler Street leads.
There's a car over on its top. It's flipped back over, but it looks like that is going to be the end of the race. Tyler Street, Daniel Adam, and Coulter West, they're going to advance to the A main. Looks like Mark Kincaid comes up just a little bit short. Jaron Valley runs 5th. Cody Pennell running 6th. Elliot Longenecker 7th. Daniel Maddox and Cody Bullock, they are going to be going to the mains to try to make their way into this race. So we're going to catch our breath for just a second, Rick James. We've already got 6 drivers in. Looks like we're going to take about 13 more. So Heat 3 is getting ready to start.
How about that 3rd heat? You've got Adam Zellmer and Tim Trowbridge on row number 1. Stevie Smith and Danny Roberts in row 2. You've got Ryan Stillwell, John Smeal in that 3rd row. We know John Smeal because of his amazing painting skills. Kind of our own little Sam Bass, if you will. Wyatt Coppang and New Jersey's Tristan Catania in that 4th row. Jimmy Fox the 2nd, and Virginia's Tommy Withers starting on the tail end.
I want to give a shout out to all these drivers who are able to come in here and willing to race this race. So excited to be able to put this on for the fans. This is the first time that ARCS has really ventured into something like this. And so we're really excited to be bringing this race to you tonight. Heat 3 underway, or getting ready to be underway. Tim Trowbridge, Daniel Roberts, and James Fox right now, before the green flag flies, they're in the transfer position. Ryan Stillway, Tristan Catania, they're going to be trying to catch them. The pace car is
1 car's over, DP.
And the green flag.
The 50 of John Smeal goes around just as that green flag comes out. Zellmer to the lead. Trowbridge in 2nd. Steven Smith in 3rd. And 1 car already out that back end. It looks like Dan Roberts trying to make his way through. Roberts gone around DP. Crashing 4.
Big issues in this one. It looks like the top 3 still out ahead of the rest of the field. There's still a car. Look at that, Rick. Still a car right there in the middle of the field. They're going to want to tow and get out of that mess. Right now, the top 3, though, are rolling out away from the rest of this field.
COT Tommy in the chat says, looks like a healthy field for sure. Zellmer, Trowbridge, Smith, your top 3. Ryan Stillwell in 4th. The 50 of John Smeal sitting 9th. He's certainly going to go to that LCQ. Zellmer leading and running away with this one, Terry. 4 to go.
4 laps down and 4 laps remaining in this Heat 3 race. Looks like Adam Zellmer, Tim Trowbridge, and Steven Smith now, if they're able to keep it together, they're going to be your top 3 to advance into the A main. Looks like the first place driver of Adam Zellmer coming up on the end of this one, starting to catch some lap traffic.
Zellmer, Trowbridge, Smith, your top 3. Ryan Stillwell in that 4th position, being scored as the 924, rocking that 99. Tommy Withers, Wyatt Coppang now fighting for that 5th spot there. Withers in the 6th Valvoline machine, trying to get to the inside. Here comes leader Adam Zellmer, DP. It's his heat to lose.
Adam Zellmer's going to come around turn 4. He's going to take that checkered flag, and he's going to advance himself into the A main. Tim Trowbridge and Steven Smith, they are going to join him. Ryan Stillwell, Tommy Withers, Wyatt Coppang, James Fox, Tristan Catania, Jonathan Smeal, Daniel Roberts. They will all be fighting through these mains. And Rick, these mains later, they're going to get really interesting. We've seen these heats, and we're going to take so many. But now, those guys are going to have to start at the back of each individual main and try to make their way through the race, where we're only going to take 2 to the A main before that feature. Next heat is up, Rick. This is going to get really good. Ryan Pinnell, he's out towards the front there with Riley Dunn. We know 2 of these drivers really well. The flip count here at the Chili Bowl, for those that are keeping score at home, we're up to 6 already. Heat 4 getting ready to be underway.
Cars lining up, getting ready to start this third heat. We've got Cody Meadows, Austin Stem on that front row, Riley Dunn, Bryce Howenstein in row 2. Then you've got Oklahoma's Ryan Pinnell next to Simon Grills, Connor Hazel, Cody Riggs, DJ Harris, Alex Simkowski not present in the lineup. Terry getting across that line. Let's start heat 3.
Cody, super fast in practice, the fastest driver in practice, now out to the lead, trying to continue where he started. Austin Stern and Riley Dunn, they make up your top 3. Bryce Honstein and Ryan Pinnell, they're trying really hard to get back up here.
6 laps to go this time by. Cody Meadows leading the procession. Austin Stem in that second spot. DJ Harris having a crash. Harris immediately tows. Cody Meadows with a 10:89, fastest lap. Austin Stem, Riley Dunn currently transferring through Terry. Simon Grills looking to not be left out.
Some of these drivers are driving their hearts out. This is going to get really good as we come through just about the middle of this Heat 4 matchup. 9 more drivers in this heat. Cody Meadows out to a really nice lead. Austin Stern, Riley Dunn remain in that transfer spot. But you know, I've done a lot of laps at this track, and the only thing that I could come up with is I can't do this. This is extremely hard to drive this track. Even as you start to see the track start to change, Rick James, it's starting to get really slick and much harder to drive. Cody Meadows, Austin Stern, Riley Dunn, they remain your top 3 here. Simon Grills doing all that he can to catch up, but he is doing the best that he can, Rick James. Right now, these drivers doing all that they can to finish out strong in this Heat 4.
That's going to finish this heat right here. Cody Meadows, Austin Stem, Riley Dunn transferring through. Simon Grills, Ryan Pinnell, Bryce Howenstein, all going to have to go through the soups, or the LCQ as they're called. And there is your starting lineup for heat number 4, as the cars will populate the racetrack sooner rather than later. On the front row, Colin Murphy, Kenny Hoffman, Kansas City's Seth Wansing starting on the inside of row number 2 with Jeremy Brio. It's a very special night for Seth. He's got a lot to look forward to, and it's almost like he took 500 milligrams of excitement right to the chest. How's that for an adrenaline shot? Travis Nichols, Garrett Fox, James Emery, Johnny Honeybrink, and Massachusetts' Tom Sears starting stone dead last.
Tom Sears talked to him a little bit before the race. He is excited to be on this track. Not quite sure of his ability, but man, we've seen Lurkin Tom, as he's known, behind the wheel, and we know that guy sure can wheel a race car. So really excited to see him in the Chili Bowl. Colin Murphy looks like in the 46. He is going to lead the field to green. The pace car is off. Heat 5 is about to come your way right now.
Don't say Heat 5. green flag is out. Colin Murphy and Kenny Hoffman as we relive haunting memories of Xbox games past take that lead. Seth Wansing in that transfer position in the A-Shot car, but now here comes Nichols to the inside in that Exalta machine. Jimmy Emery trying to come up through. Wansing using that cushion, Terry. 6 to go in the heat. Big crash in 3.
Yeah, we're seeing these big crashes, and that's one of those things. Without the cautions, these drivers are just trying to stay as clean as they possibly can. Rick, we got a nice battle that was starting to take place there for first place. It looks like the second place driver of Kenny Hoffman lost to Colin Murphy just a little bit. We'll see if he can bring it back up. 4 laps remaining here at the Chili Bowl.
3 to go next time by in this 5th heat. Colin Murphy leads. Kenny Hoffman's in 2nd, and that's going to be Travis Nichols sitting in 3rd. John Honeybrink running into more issues in that number 32. 2 to go next time by. It's Colin Murphy's heat to lose as he now overtakes Tom Sears, and it's been just a rout by Murphy, front to back, leading this one. Hoffman trying to catch up, but Terry, it looks like the top 3 are secure in this heat.
Yeah, Rick, we haven't seen a whole lot of drama for that transfer position yet tonight, but that's kind of a shout out to some of the drivers in this field looking forward to seeing what this A main lobby is going to look like for this $50. Look, we got another crash. The 3rd place driver going to have to slow way up there at the end of the race. That was incredible.
10 out of 10 for Garrett Fox, doing tumbling across that start-finish line. Colin Murphy wins the heat. Kenny Hoffman's in 2nd. Travis Nichols in 3rd. Those 3 will advance, and Jeremy Brio have to make his way through the soup. In this 4th heat, Terry, we got to give it up to our only UKI driver in this field, David Davidson, rocking the flags of Great Britain and Ireland. He's going to be starting 6th in this heat. This is a consolation race, DP. Pardon me, this is going to be one of our consolation moves.
Yeah, and this is gonna be some interesting soup, Rick. Maybe some spicy chicken noodle or something. D main is underway, and we're gonna take the top 4 to start in the rear of the C main. This is where it gets really good. We got 15 drivers so far. We got 5 more to find. Right now, few more drivers out on the track for their D main race, Rick. I'm excited. ARCS Chili Bowl 2022 has been a lot of fun so far. Samuel Roberts is going to be on the pole.
Dan Maddox in 2nd, Jimmy Fox in 3rd. Kentucky's Cody Riggs starting 4th to the right ahead of James Emery, starting to the inside of our UKI driver David Davidson. Cody Bullock in 7th, New Jersey's Tristan Catania not starting this heat. Only 10 cars in this heat, and it's going to be 10 laps to see who can advance to that C main. It's all about getting through to the next event, the next heat, all the way to that A main. And if you've recently tuned in, I'm Rick James, and you've got Terry Gabbard by my side. We're about to get this consolation race underway. This is it, Terry. If you don't move now, you're not going through to the end.
Yeah, this is where things get really, really good, Rick James. If you are not in the top 4 at the end of this race, your night is over. Right now, Cody Riggs in that 3 car, he is going to be in the transfer position before we start. The number 122, he's going to be in 5th place, and they are already the 3 into the wall, into 4 drivers. That's going to be a big incident, and they are still fighting up front. Caution is out, another car on its hood.
Daniel Roberts going around once again, and that banana-colored number 30 Shell Pennzoil machine jumps immediately to pit road. DP, we didn't get anywhere off that green flag. Let's have a replay look. This is going to be... Sorry, DP. I'm going to look at Daniel Roberts' intent. The absolute wheelie from car 18 of Cody Bullock. It started there, and there you can see Roberts just a bit impatient. 3 or 4 cars collided in that first corner.
Yeah, it looked like the 3 car maybe sent it up into the outside of the lane, maybe just a little bit too soon. This track has been changed from the heat, so they resetted the track after the heats. So the track's a little tacky. Maybe he just got into it a little bit, and once you touch that wall with these open wheel cars, it's just done. And so unfortunately for the 3, he's probably going to have to tow. That's going to really hurt his chances to move up through to the C main.
Samuel Roberts, Daniel Maddox, and David Davidson, your top three coming to the line. 6 to go. Roberts gets the jump. Maddox in second. Davidson's in third. DP, we're taking the top four, and there's a crash in one.
James Fox in fourth place. He was up into the wall. That's going to make room. I want to try to figure out. We're trying to catch up. It looks like James Emery in that number 120 car. He's going to move up into fourth place. The caution's back out here at the Chili Bowl. Lap 6 of 10. And so, yeah, it's about to be crunch time here.
COT Tommy in the chat says this is going to get interesting. Quiet 1999 says don't talk about Heat 5. We're going to get these cars moving once again. And again, if you've just tuned in, I'm Rick James. You're listening to Terry Gabbard by my right-hand side, getting a little bit of Midwest love in the broadcast booth for some down south racing in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Sam Roberts, David Davidson, Garrett Fox, your top three, Terry. Lights are out on the pace truck, and they're only going to have 3 more laps to secure their place in the C-Main.
Yeah, James Emery going to try to fight off James Fox here for that fourth place position. And don't count Cody Riggs out. He's back to the 6th place position, trying to get that position back. The drivers are off. Samuel Roberts with a really nice run. David Davidson gets a wheelie up there. Looks like turn 1 so far is clean. The 120 now trying to face off with the 59. The 59 able to get around him, and so is the 3 of Cody Riggs.
Crash in turn 1 as the 120 gets turned around. The 58 of James Fox moves into the transfer position. Checkered flag is out. It's Sam Roberts. Dave Davidson, the Brit driver, makes it through. Garrett Fox in third. James Fox the second. All advance to the C-Main.
Great racing that we're seeing. Looks like cars still out on the track. Not quite sure if... Yeah, sometimes I get a little bit confused because I don't know if we're counting caution laps here or not for these mains. I know that for the A main, we will not be counting caution laps. So those top 4 drivers are going to advance to the bottom of the C main. And you can see James Fox, Garrett Fox, Samuel Roberts, and David Davidson. They're going to line up in the very back of this C main and try to make it up to the top 4, Rick James. This is where it gets to be a lot of fun. But we saw a lot of wrecks in that D main. So if they can't keep it clean, it's going to make it harder for these drivers. Joshua Garrison going to be on the front row for this one.
DP, looks like Josh Garrison and Cody Pennell, Tommy Withers, Bryce Howenstein, the top 4. Matthew Kent sitting in that 3rd row with John Honeybrink. Officially, DP, I think we're in another consolation race where we may take the top 4 out of this. This is a bit of a learning. No, this is the C-Main because look, we do have the drivers from that last race. You're exactly right. This is a learning experience, man. This is just so much fun.
Yeah, we talked about Heat 5, and without saying it again, if Heat 5 were Kansas, we are not there anymore. The drivers are back, green, and the top 4 trying to secure the spot. The 31 into the 84, 84 spins, a huge pileup right there in the middle of the corner, and there's another flip. They are all over the place here at the start of this C-Main.
Didn't even get 2 corners around, and the caution flies in that C-Main. Josh Garrison, Cody Pennell, Tommy Withers, your top 3. John Honeybrink in that 4th position. Terry, remind the fans at home, who makes it through, who goes home?
All right, so we're going to take the top 4 out of this race to the B main. From the B main, we will take the top 5 to the feature. So your job as a driver in this C main is to get yourself to the top 4. 10 drivers are going to stand between you and a top 4 position. And so you can tell that business is picked up. These drivers know that this is the end of their race if they can't transfer out of this.
Lights are out atop the Chevy Silverado pace truck. 9 more laps in this C-Main. Josh Garrison, Cody Pennell, Tommy Withers, and John Honeybrink all in those precious transfer positions. Connor Hazel in that number 2 on the outside, looking in, trying to advance. Green flag is out, 8 laps to go, Terry.
And the top 5 off to a really nice start. Connor Hazel in that 5th place position. He is trying to put some pressure on Jonathan Holmbrink and Tommy Rivers, but the caution is going to be out one more time. Another car flipped around.
Seth Wanting and David Davidson having some bad luck there. And Davidson upside down on his side. Not sure why he hasn't towed yet. I think he's trying to avoid that. And it looks like it's unavoidable. So Josh Garrison leads in this C main. Then it's Cody Pennell, Tommy Withers sitting in third, John Honeybrink in that fourth spot. Cars are getting lined up. And if you've just recently joined us, thank you so much for tuning in. Tristan in the chat says, let's go Garrison. COT Tommy says, over 12 flip counts. Jack at FND putting 200 bits in the chat. Glad to have everybody here tuning in for the inaugural Midwest Barbecue ARCS Chili Bowl. Lights are out atop the pace car, Terry. 4 laps to go when we get green.
4 laps to go. The 5th place driver, car number 2 of Connor Hazel. He just wants to see it go green. He's got a fast car, trying to put some pressure on these drivers in front of him. Joshua Garrison, Cody Pennell, Tommy Withers, and Jonathan Honebrick in the transfer position right now. Back green. Joshua Garrison on the outside. Here comes Cody for a pass for the lead. They're side by side going into 1.
Big flip out of that first corner, but we stay green. Cody Pennell to the front. Garrison's in second. Honeybrink's in third. Big crash there. There goes Connor Hazel out of the transfer spot. It now goes to Elliott Longenecker. Yellow flag is out before we reach 2 laps to go.
Yeah, we're going to see what's going to happen here, what race control is going to decide to do with this. Decided to have iRacing call cautions for us tonight, but it looks like the laps here are counting, so I'm not quite sure if this is going to end under caution or not, but a very interesting C main.
Interesting C main that it looks like it will end under caution unless we can extend this. Cody Pennell will move on. Josh Garrison in second. John Honeybrink in third. Elliott Longenecker in fourth. And they will all advance as the checkered flag flies in this C main. Fans at home, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick 30-second break here. And we'll be back with the B main and more racing from Tulsa. Moving up to the next main, Blaine Brink, Mark Kincaid, Ryan Stillwell, and Simon Grills will be your top 4. Jeremy Brio, Tommy Reynolds, and Jaron Valley all on the outside looking in. Oklahoma's Ryan Pennell going to be starting in 9th in that number 12 car. There's the 1 car of Jaron Valley, similarly painted to that of the 2 car that didn't make it out of that last one. Terry, it seems like the tension's just getting a bit higher every single time we throw this green.
Absolutely, Rick James. And now this is for all the marbles. Top 5 are going to advance. A lot of really fast drivers in this here B main. Mark Kincaid, we've seen him try his hardest to get into the transfer spot. Tommy Reynolds is in this race, trying to get in. Ryan Pennell also in this race, super fast. Cody Pennell ran second place most of the time, finds himself in the B main, so he is trying to get back through the field. It's going to be a really good race. Lights are off on the pace car. This is for the feature, the B main right here. Top 5, 14 laps will decide it, Rick.
Green flag is out. Blaine Brink, Mark Kincaid, Stillwell and Grills taking the green. Stillwell way too high into that cushion. Jaron Valley was inside. Here comes Tommy Reynolds on the outside. They're all bunched up. 1 car going way too wild. Is that Honeybrink? It is Honeybrink. DP, everybody survives. Blaine Brink, Mark Kincaid, Stillwell, your top 3.
And once again, the 25 of Tommy Reynolds finds himself in a spot to try to get in the transfer position into a little bit, but able to keep the car straight. The yellow flag is out. A big wreck right around that transfer position.
Jaron Valley having a big crash there in turn number 4. Let's see what brought out that caution. Valley in that 1 car getting into the cushion. This is headed into that 3rd corner. He's got the 6-7 of Wyatt Coppang right up his inside. Contact with Coppang, and there goes that cyan-colored number 1 modified, flipping through the air. Caution is out. Blaine Brink still leads. Mark Kincaid's in 2nd. Ryan Stillwell's in 3rd, Terry. Jeremy Brio, Simon Grills on that bubble more specifically Simon Grills, Tommy Reynolds sitting in 6th.
Going to be really interesting towards the end of this one. Lap 5 goes under caution. Caution laps are counting in this race, and Tommy Reynolds way off the pace. Not quite sure if he had to go to the back of the line. The 25 of Tommy Reynolds now in the very back. And so looks like we're going to take one more lap here. The pace car will come off. Blaine Brink in 1st. Mark Kincaid running in 2nd. Ryan Stillwell in 3rd. Jeremy Brialt, he's up to 4th. Simon Grills in 5th. Jaron Valley just outside of that position to transfer on in 6th. Wyatt Kopang in 7th. And this is single file restart, so it's important that you're perfect. The cars hit the gas. We are back off running in the B main at the Chili Bowl.
Brink, Kincaid, and Stillwell, your top 3. Then it's Simon Grills in that 5th position. He's trying to hold off Jaron Valley, who's getting just a bit closer. 6 to go next time by. Brio's in 4th. He's got a bit of a cushion with Simon Grills. Valley getting closer now. 4/10 the difference, DP. 5 next time around.
It doesn't get any better than this. Jaron Valley, Simon Grills, Wyatt Kupang, they are about to run to get to the A main. It looks like the 5th place driver is in a pickle. The 1 car able to get underneath of him and gets the position from the 8 car.
Simon Grills, that 0-8 in that 6th spot. He's got 3 laps to make it into the main. Jeremy Brio sitting in that 4th position with Grills in 6th. Wyatt Kopang in 7th. Simon Grills going a bit high. Is he seeing his A-main dreams go up in smoke? Jaron Valley up to 5th, Terry.
Yeah, you see the gap widening here. We're going to have a little bit of a battle here for 4th place. That might help these 2 drivers get back up to them. Just a few more laps to go. It looks like it'll be 1 to go when the 1st place driver hits the line.
Blaine Brink with that lead. He's got Mark Kincaid just so close behind him. Jeremy Brio trying to hold on to that 5th position while Simon Grills closes that gap. They're side by side. White flag is out. Brio to the high side. Grills to the inside. One more chance to make the A-main. Grills to the inside, but it's not going to be enough. Jeremy Brio gets the final transfer position. It'll be Blaine Brink, Mark Kincaid, Ryan Stillwell, Jaron Valley, and Jeremy Brio, who sails into that 001 car, and we've completed that B main. Just one more race to go.
Oh, Rick James, that was incredible. And that is Chili Bowl action right there. 3 drivers in a position, but all 3 of them super fast. Only one of them can make it in. We saw those top 5, and now we will set the field for the A main. This is going to be hot laps here, so we got about 5 minutes, and then these drivers will start to grid up.
We're going to let these drivers do their thing. We're going to take a 60-second break. We'll be back in 1 minute with 20 minutes of ad-free racing from the Tulsa Chili Bowl. Fans, don't go anywhere. I'm Rick James with the Honorable Terry Gabbard. We're going to bring you all the racing action in 60 seconds.
We clear? So I'm sure this is not right, but as far as I can count, the flip count is at 16 for inquiring minds.
I think it's a lot more than like 16 cars have flipped, or we've had 16 flips total. About another 90 seconds left in this practice. Terry, we're just talking about that flip count. You think 16 cars have flipped, or has it been 16 flips in total? That's wild coming into this main.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. Usually at the real Chili Bowl, they probably got somebody out there, and you usually catch all the flips because it will instantly bring out a caution. Not always the case here in iRacing, especially with our heats being disabled. But as far as I can tell, so far in this race, only 16 cars have flipped so far throughout our heats and our consolation brackets. So, yeah, that's really quite entertaining to know. But yeah, these things go by really, really quickly. So only 16 drivers.
Warm-ups coming to a close, and the A main about to get started in the Midwest Barbecue ARCS Chili Bowl. The main event is here. Drivers finishing up their warm-up laps. We're about to get racing in just a moment's time. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Rick James, and you're listening to Terry Gabbard by my side. This inaugural Chili Bowl has been a project that's been worked on for, I would say, months, Terry, and it's really been, it's so relieving to see it all finally come together.
Absolutely, Rick. We've had a blast. We, about 3 weeks ago, we called the ARCS Jingle Jam a huge success. We were able to raise almost $1,500 for Toys for Tots. And then the Chili Bowl was something that we had planned, but we had put a whole bunch of effort, and pretty much all of our minds was on the Jingle Jam. But as soon as that was over, we started getting this thing together. We started with 49 drivers, I think, to my best count, Rick, tonight. And so 29 drivers have gone home. 20 drivers remain, and the only thing left now is for our 55-lap A main.
Josh Gaiman, Tyler Street on that front row with Adam Zellmer and Cody Meadows in row number 2. Colin Murphy, Connor Darnell starting 5th and 6th, with Dan Adam and Tim Trowbridge running 6th and 7th. Then you've got Austin Stem. Tim Trowbridge in the 8th position. Austin Stem is 9th. Kenny Hoffman rounding out the top 10. Trevor Zelastny, Coulter West, 11th and 12th. Then you've got Steven Smith sitting in 13th. Riley Dunn in the 14th position. Cars eager to roll off. Blaine Brink, Travis Nichols, Ryan Stillwell, Mark Kincaid, Jaron Valley, and at the very back end, Terry, Jeremy Brio starting 20th of 20 cars in tonight's A main.
Yeah, it's going to be rough racing for these guys that had to run through that soup and make it into this A main, but you got 55 laps. The last thing you want to do at this point, Rick, is push it. And sometimes that's easier said than done. I expect that these leaders will be catching to the back of the pack really quickly. It's only a 1/5 of a mile, so 55 laps is about 5.5 miles, Rick. So get ready for the funnest 5.5 miles of maybe your entire broadcasting career.
Kenny Hoffman, Tyler Street being scored 1-2 as the truck peels around, waiting. These cars have worked so hard to get here. Money, prestige, pride is on the line. It is the Midwest Barbecue ARCS Chili Bowl, and we're so glad you could be here to join us. Savage in the chat says, go Riley. Tommy celebrating so many new names in this chat, whether you're watching on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. My esteemed thanks to all the fans that have tuned in to Midwest Barbecue for putting in their efforts as well. Terry, to you for being a great part of this broadcast team. And my friend, it is time.
I'm super pumped. We've been ready for this all week long. There is no more waiting. The feature is about to be underway. The 61 of Joshua Gaiman, he will lead them to the stripe. Rick, this one is going to be on the green flag. The rest are going to be on the leader. A double file start here for this A feature.
And we're racing at Tulsa. The ARCS Chili Bowl main is underway. Kenny Hoffman in that 101 trying to get to the back end. Then it's Josh Gaiman who's leading the line. Tyler Streets in second. Zellner's in third. We've already got a wreck at the back with Mark Kincaid. Trevor Zelasti's involved. Caution number 1 is out. Let's see what brings out the first slowdown of this race. Took a pile up into that first corner. Kincaid sends it in hot. And just getting backed up there. Terry jumping the berm, and guys just itchy to get out of the back.
Yeah, kind of similar, I think, that may have happened at the beginning of that D main when we reset the track. The track was reset right after warm-ups to make sure that we had a really good racing track once we got into about 20 or 25 laps. And so the caution laps won't count. So since that happened on lap 1, we're going to get a single file restart. They'll restart on lap 2. And the other thing that maybe the fans need to know is that there might be just a little bit of a gas thing if these guys go too much. It is impossible to run without, you can't pit for gas. So they want to make sure they can stay a little bit clean. The green flag is out. Joshua Gaiman, Tyler Street, Adam Silver. That's your top 3. Cody Meadows, we know he has a super fast car in that 1C. He runs fourth.
Tyler Street at the front. He's got Josh Gaiman right behind him. There goes Zellner in third with contact from Meadows starting to bunch up out of that third and fourth corner. 4 laps now underway. There goes Adam into that 6th position. And now it's Colin Murphy being kicked out. Steven Smith with a 10.86. Fastest lap of the race as 3 cars tumble over on their side, and caution comes out on lap number 5.
Ooh, Rick, those top 4 are putting on a show. It looks like the bottom is still king here as the track starts to take on some slide-in and from these cars. They're going to be in a situation where that track will start to move up. Right now, single file the best way, but this track's going to get really, really racy. Rick, that's 2 more drivers. Brendan, our flip count up, our supposed flip count up to 19. And so we're starting to rack that up now, Rick James. These cars are extremely hard to keep on 4 wheels.
19 and counting, and I'm sure it's not going to end there. Tyler Street, Josh Gaiman at the front of this one. Well, Tyler Street at the front of this race in car number 4. Not sure what's causing the reorganization of the running order here, but the pace truck is peeling off. We're going to restart on lap number 4. Green flag is out in Tulsa. Tyler Street leads us to the line.
Adam Zellner with a huge wheelie right there. It looks like the 4th and 5th place drivers, they're into a little bit of a mess. A nice battle here for 1st and 2nd, but the caution is out once again.
One car just plowing straight on into the wall there. It could have been Mark Kincaid. A couple other drivers running into issues. Let's see what exactly happened. Possibly Colin Murphy just plowing straight on. Let's have a look. Cars jumping the berm there. Murphy in the 9 plowing straight on after making contact, and he gets wedged into that wall. So that brings out the most recent caution tonight at the Chili Bowl. Blaine Brink, Tyler Street and Josh Gaiman going to be scored on that front row. Drivers desperate to get this moving. Aaron46 in the chat says, let's go, Cody Meadows. Savage says the Holy Nugget rides again. And COT Tommy says they're going to run out of fuel at this rate. Get it together. And that would be something else if these cars really were under the threat of having to run out of fuel, Terry. Green flag is out at the Chili Bowl. Terry, that 4 car of Tyler Street's leading this race. 6 laps now complete.
Yeah, the top down battle here for 2nd place. Looks like the 61 and the 17. 61 on the bottom. He's going to be able to get the spot That's Joshua Gaiman, and now Cody Meadows is trying to beat and batter on the 17, trying to take that spot away as well. These cars starting to come up just a little bit off that berm. Top 3 now single file. The 17 still continues to fall back, now battling for 4th place, and he's going to give that spot up as well.
Joshua Gaiman in that 2nd position gets up to the back bumper of Tyler Street. 10 laps now underway at the Chili Bowl. Cody Meadows sitting in 3rd. Gaiman gets all up onto that raised dirt, and he's losing 2nd to Cody Meadows up the inside. Here comes Connor Darnell. Caution number 4 is out at the Chili Bowl. Colin Murphy and Daniel Adam with incident, Terry.
10 laps down here at the 2022 ARCS Chili Bowl Nationals. They'll have another 45 laps remaining, Rick James. This has been a fun race. It's kind of hard for some of these drivers to kind of get the car going, but that's kind of the nature of this car and this track. You kind of, I told somebody the other day, you kind of got to drive this car with your toes, because you put too much gas in the car and it's just going to turn around. These guys are doing a tremendous thing, and you see this racing up here in the top 4, top 5 of this A feature. These guys are really putting on a show. I'm enjoying the racing so far.
Top 4 means absolutely nothing tonight. These drivers are here to win it all. It's Tyler Street at the front of this field. He's got Josh Gaiman behind him in that 2nd position. Cody Meadows is in 3rd. Green flag is out, Terry. Let's go racing.
The 17 of Adam Zellmer all the way up on the apron there. You can see wheelies and front tires popping up all the way around this racetrack. Tyler Street was off to a really good start. Joshua Gaiman off to the same start. These top 3 are ending in a battle for 2nd place between Cody Meadows and that 61 car.
Gaiman losing control of his car in that Kings themed number 61. Look at the 01 of Cody Meadows trying to get wheels in the air, chasing down Tyler Street with wheelies off of that 2nd corner. 14 laps underway. Terry Street starting to run away with this one, and there goes Gaiman once again losing control.
Ooh, 2 cars right there in front of the leaders. Good heads up by Street and Meadows to stay out of that. That's going to probably be good news for Gaiman, who kind of hit that berm and lost a ton of ground to Connor Darnell. Thanks to the caution, though, it looks like he's going to be able to keep his position. One of those things about those iRacing cautions, Rick, is sometimes they come out so quick that you're able to get your spot back. So the 61 is given a little bit of a break. He still runs top 3. Yeah, good stuff going on right now.
At the front, it's still Tyler Street in that 4 car. Cody Meadows behind him. 14 laps have been completed at the Tulsa Chili Bowl. Quiet says there's going to be like 11 cautions. Well, we have 5 cautions now in 55 laps. So quick math tells us we're actually trending for more than 15 cautions in this race, but still so much racing left to go. Pace truck peels off, Terry. It's going to be Tyler Street, Cody Meadows, and Josh Gaiman, top 3.
One more restart here at the Chili Bowl. Lap 15 underway. Tyler Street has led the whole thing. Cody Meadows up about 3 positions and is now right behind the leader of Street, the 61 and the 17. They continue their battle now for, I'm sorry, not the 17. The 61 and that 4th place driver, Connor Darnell, continue their battle now for 3rd place as Adam Zellmer starts to fall back a little bit.
Tyler Street leading in that 4 car. Cody Meadows now within 2/10 further on back. Riley Dunn's up to the 8th position here. He goes a little bit wide in his 77, Terry. They're starting to get bottlenecked behind him. This is where you can smell the hornet's nest buzzing right here. Street still leads. Meadows behind him. He's now on the attack. Caution number 6 is out. Joshua Gaiman in that 61 car crashes yet again.
Yeah, Rick, it looked like that 61 maybe just touched the wall with that right rear tire, and that's kind of what it does with these cars. As soon as that tire touches anything, it's doing the exact opposite of what you want it to do. It kind of looks like that's what happened with the 30, or with the 61. Tyler Street's had a really fast car, Rick. Cody Meadows, like we said, up 3 or 4 spots. Connor Darnell has been running a really strong race. If you had to pick a favorite, which one would it be?
It's a good question. That's a fantastic question. Connor Darnell sitting in that third position. He's doing awfully well. Now, Cody Meadows has the fastest lap of the race with a 10:61. But, of course, that doesn't necessarily correlate to consistency. But if I did have to put money on any of the top three, it'd be Connor Darnell, Terry. Here we go. Green flag's coming out again.
Right now, it's been all about track position. Tyler Street started up front. He has stayed up front. The number 1 of Cody Meadows, he's still there. Connor Darnell running third. The top 3 have taken off from the rest of this field. Caution out once again here on lap 19.
We just saw Jeremy Brio flipping down that front straight, and the yellow flag adorns the Tulsa Expo Center once again, and that's going to give Tyler Street another chance to catch his breath and continue to lead from the front. Fans at home, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 30 seconds for more Chili Bowl racing. Lights are out atop the pace truck. Tyler Street leads again. 19 laps underway.
Top 4 have been strong all night. Tyler Street, the strongest. 35 laps remaining in the 2022 ARCS Chili Bowl Nationals. The number 1 of Cody Meadows, he's decided to take it to the top, and it looks like we're almost side by side. They get together. Now Cody and that 07, the 07's around, and a big crash up behind them. Man, that dinks for the number 97 car. Sorry, it looks like he's driving the number 97. iRacing says he's at number 26. That's Connor Darnell, was running third. We'll see when the caution came out and how many spots it's going to let him bring back up.
COT Tommy in the chat says fuel is going to be a factor. Further down that chat, Heath 1122 says, I'm here for Darnell. That's my door. CDR Racing cheering for Connor Darnell in that 2-6 car, trying to get further up through, but he's right now next to the 61 of Josh Gaiman. Gaiman, who started on that front row, just had the worst luck so far, but it's been the Tyler Street show up front, up until, Terry, Cody Meadows decided to show a flash of brilliance, and he's going to get one more chance here as the green flag's about to come out.
Yeah, these drivers were given enough for about 65 to 70 laps here at the Chili Bowl, but with all these cautions and those laps not counting, the fuel is definitely starting to wear thin, but that means the cars are getting light, they're getting slidey, and we're back green at the Chili Bowl.
Cody Meadows now on the outside of Tyler Street, gets into the wall himself, pushes it a bit too hard, and then that 0-1 as he scored, now fighting with the 101 as he scored of Kenny Hoffman to his inside. Tyler Street still at the front. Now it's Adam Zellmer who's challenging for that spot, Terry. Caution's out again.
Man, Rick James is riding along a little bit with the number 1. It doesn't take much in these cars to ride along. Even from the view that I got, you can still see the hands of the number 1 of Cody Meadows, and they are back and forth. These cars are extremely hard to drive. The top 3 have been really consistent. Kenny Hoffman and Austin Stern, they've made their way up into the top 5. Some newcomers to the front, and so these might be some people that the top 3 haven't noticed. They might have some moves that they're not prepared for. So anything can happen here at the Chili Bowl. Lap 23 has just finished. And so there's still a lot of racing left to go here, Rick.
Tyler Street ahead of Adam Zellner, Cody Meadows in that third position. If you've just tuned in, you're watching the first 24 laps of the inaugural Midwest Barbecue ARCS Chili Bowl. Lights are out atop the pace truck. I'm Rick James next to my partner in crime, Terry Gabbard. DP, here comes the green flag. Street leads with a mirror full of Zellmer.
Green flag is out. The cars are going to take that gas pedal, send it all the way to the floor. The 17 and the 1, they're running second and third. We see the number 1 of Kenny Hoffman in fourth, running that outside, Rick, and you can start to see how this track is changing and how these drivers, the 1 around again, and this time into Kenny Hoffman. That's going to be another flip. The 1 having not the race that he was expecting, but staying up towards the front.
Kenny Hoffman jumping to pit road, the 1H, as it says on his car, 101 on the scoring pylon. The 01 of Cody Meadows is the 1M car, 1C car. Meadows running in that third position behind the 17 of Adam Zellmer, and it's been Tyler Street leading every single lap tonight in that number 4 car. He's the favorite so far. In the chat, Eric Shakala says, just rooting for my main man Meadows. Fans in the chat letting him know who to root for. And it's been a fun race so far, Terry. It'll be 30 laps to go when we get the green.
Yeah, Cody Meadows in that 01. He's got a really fast race car. He's just having some problems keeping that car straight. Maybe this time will be a little bit different. Stays off the leader just a little bit as that third place car of Cody Meadows now starts to bring it up and tighten that back up. Tyler Street all the way on the outside is going to put that car all the way on the bottom of the racetrack, and he's out. Caution's out already.
And they didn't even make it 2 corners, did they? Guys already flipping into that first turn, and fuel becomes even more of an issue thus far, assuming each caution has had 2 laps run under it. With 11 cautions, you could say that's about another 22 extra laps, Terry. These drivers are going to be in some trouble here in a moment.
Yeah, and we never really talk about fuel strategy at a race like the Chili Bowl, but we could see one of these drivers, the 14th place driver of Jeremy Brial, Joshua Gaiman, who was in issues. He runs 12th with a fast car. Kenny Hoffman as well, running 11th. Riley Dunn, he's in 10th. These drivers could be trying to figure out how to get around the track, not use as much gas. And if they do that, I mean, we could be calling a very different race that we might not be used to calling when we talk about the Chili Bowl.
DP, over the last couple of weeks, I called a late model race that didn't have lights at North Wilkesboro, and then I just called a late model race that ended with 4 cars after 19 started. So anything's possible. Green flag is out, 27 laps underway. Street, Zellmer, Meadows, your top 3. Blaine Brink in that 4th position with Tim Trowbridge in 5th, and the caution flies once again. Number 12 flies over the Tulsa Expo Center. This one for Austin Stern. Keep your eye on that 7.5 DP. It looks like he just went for a wild ride.
Yeah, these guys, I think, are struggling because when you get up to speed with these cars, it's kind of hard to judge. Kind of like the difference, we do a lot of asphalt racing, Rick. It's kind of the difference in when you restart and you come into turn 1, you can almost be full throttle in most cars to go around that first corner. But once you're up to speed, you're running that corner totally different. And with the Chili Bowl, with this track, as slick as it is right now, maybe these cars are just touching it just a little bit too much. And the car goes up into the wall, and it can create all kinds of issues for the guys behind you. So we line back up single file. Tyler Street, this has got to be driving him crazy. He just wants to get out, and it's really important for these top 4, Rick. They got really fast cars, but you're going to need to stay with them just in case it really does go green.
There we go one more time. Street stays out front with Zellmer behind him. Cody Meadows in that 3rd position. Nothing's changed at the front. It's towards the back where everybody's trying to inch forward. Here comes Cody Meadows now looking to the inside of Adam Zellmer, and the caution's out before we can get to lap 30. Coulter West has had a big accident.
Yeah, race control before the race started gave these drivers a 3 incident limit apiece. So if they've caused 3 accidents, or was the cause, whether that was intentional or what, most of the time what we do is not intentional. We just mess up, you know? So, but if they get into a situation more than 3 times, they're going to be removed. And so we might get into that point with some of these drivers where they're going to want to try to keep their cars clean, because anything could happen here, especially now that we've gone so many laps, and these guys are going to be on very limited fuel.
Fumes. Terry, these guys are going to be on fumes by the end of this race. Street in control, but for how much longer? Adam Zellmer in that 2nd spot. Cody Meadows is in 3rd. One more restart, Terry. 29 laps underway from the Expo Center.
Adam Zellmer's had a really strong car, trying to get some green flag laps so that he can do something with it. The 1 of Cody Meadows, he's underneath. Tyler Street has to back up just a little bit, tries to work off that corner, still side by side for second. The track's getting really racy. The one slides up in front of the 17. That was a bold move, but now he's going to try to set his sights on the 4.
Fortune favors the bold as Cody Meadows moves into the second position. Everybody following that uniform line on the top side, and the yellow flag is out for the 14th time tonight at the Tulsa Expo Center. Kenny Hoffman now up against it. Let's have a look and see what happened to the Hoff. The 1H wide out of turn number 1, gets right into that 77 of Riley Dunn. Hoffman then comes down on the 9, flips the 9 over, 77 gets into the 9, and a terrible chain of events triggered by car 101, Kenny Hoffman, or the 1H, as it says on his car. Hoffman now in the pits, being scored in 14th at the front, Terry. It has not changed. Tyler Street leading, but Cody Meadows still the fastest lap tonight. All he needs is a few green flag laps, and Tyler Street could have a big problem on his hands.
A crazy race we've seen so far, but that's kind of how this is playing out, Rick. Like what do? You're single file, and Tyler's going to have the restart here. He's going to have control of it. If you're Cody Meadows, what do you do on this restart to make sure that you can stay with him and try to pass him before the caution comes out?
Green flag is out as the caution is rescinded. Tyler Street starts once again inside the final 24 laps of racing. Cody Meadows and Adam Zellmer in that second position. Austin Stern sitting 9th right now, running the extreme high side. And the 15th caution flies under the roof of the Tulsa Expo Center. This time, Terry, it's Dan Adam and Ryan Stillwell. Right off the green flag, have a look at Daniel Adam in the 40. Oh, they just checked up big time. Causing some cars to go around there, so we're going to restart inside of the final 23 laps, Terry. Tyler Street, you think he's nervous?
I mean, he's got to be, but I think that as these caution keeps flying, if you've only got to run 1 or 2 laps between cautions, really what you're doing right now is just trying to keep your foot off the pedal as much as you can. Try to save as much gas, because as long as you have control of these restarts and the 1 and the 17 don't have time to make any moves, you're going to be sitting pretty. We're going to see what's going to happen. Lap 32 getting ready to be underway here at the Chili Bowl.
Tyler Street, Cody Meadows, and Adam Zellmer. The podium hasn't changed. Green flag flies over the Tulsa Chili Bowl. Street leading out of that second corner. Terry Meadows, he's running out of time. Running that high side now. Here comes Tyler Meadows.
Oh, Cody's fast. He gets around the 4 most easily, but still on the bottom is the 4, trying to keep pace with the 1. The 1 looks like he's really turning the outside really well. Got to be careful. Got to make sure you keep that car off the wall. But right now, the 1 of Cody Meadows is trying to take off from the 4 of Tyler Street. Change for the lead.
New leader, Cody Meadows in the 1C. He leads the inaugural Midwest Barbecue Chili Bowl. 19 laps to go this time by. Street behind him. Zellmer in 3rd, and it's far from over. Riley Dunn getting into it in turn number 3. Lots of cars coming together, jumping over that berm. But we stay green. 3 wide, they're colliding, and we still make it through.
Oh,
no
Cody's all the way around. Big
No.
flip by the leader. The number 1 is around. It puts the 4 back out to the front. That is unfortunate. We'll have to check the replay to see what happened there.
We're going to replay right now. Great call out, DP. Let's see Cody Meadows throw this lead away. Close looks on the 1C. Have a listen. Oh, Terry. He just got up into the cushion. One more look for Cody Meadows. Terry, I've seen, oh man, you just feel for him. It was in his hands.
Yeah, and we talked about that, I think, 1 lap prior. One of the things about the Chili Bowl, it's an extremely short track, 1/5 of a mile. It's an extremely narrow track as well. There is no room for mistakes. The 1 of Cody was super fast on the outside, tried to stay up there, touched the gas just a little too much and got into the wall. Unfortunate. The 1 was super fast. And now if you're Tyler Street, you got a big old smile on your face.
Not over yet. Zellmer, Daniel Adam now moving into the third position. It's his chance, but arguably, Street's biggest rival may have just flipped himself out of contention. On the high side, it's Adam Zellmer with Dan Adams coming between him. Caution number 17 flies over the racetrack. 17 laps remain under the roof of the Tulsa Expo Center. One more look at what brings out our most recent caution.
Can they make it? Tyler Street's going to take off in front of Adam Zellmer, Blaine Brink, and Daniel Adams. They're going to make up your top four side by side here for third place here with about 12 laps to go when the leader crosses the line. Adam Zellmer trying to catch up to the four, big wrecking in the back.
That was a replay. Terry, we're under caution. Tyler Street's leading Adam Zellmer, and we're going to have 16 to go when we get this green flag. Blaine Brink in that third position and Dan Adams in that fourth spot. Connor Darnell rounding out the top five. Ryan Stillwell up there it is. Ryan Stillwell up 12 places from where he started in the sixth position, Terry. Pace truck peels off. Lights shut off atop the Silverado. 16 laps to go, Terry.
Now I'm going to call the actual race, the four down to the bottom, like he's been doing the entire time. It looks like Adam Zellmer learned something from the one. He's going to use the outside, the four of Tyler Street, comfortable on the bottom. Rests that left front tire right there on the berm. Some contact there for fourth place, but they keep it straight. 9 laps remaining here at the Chili Bowl, and they're side by side again for first. Adam Zellmer trying to take the lead. Daniel Adams is battling as well.
For the time being, Zellmer on the outside. Can Street hold on? No! Getting cleared by second as well. One car flying through the air. That's Connor Darnell now into the third position. And the 18th caution flies with lucky number 13. Laps to go. And that was Daniel Adam, who had third place under his own control. Let's see what happened to DA. That white and red car there at the back. Watch that rear tire. Just going to catch the cushion. There it is. Sent it. And that's all she wrote. And that's all she wrote. So it's at the front. Adam Zellmer, Terry, now being scored as the leader. And for the first time today, Tyler Street has to chase down first place from the restart.
Well, we know that these top three are fast. We watched Daniel Adam right there. He's made his way up through this field to try to win this inaugural 2022 ARCS Chili Bowl. Adam Zellmer way up top. He's going to take off the four of Adam Street behind him. Daniel Adam and Blaine Brink make up your top four. All that changed, Rick James.
Zellmer leading, Street in the second position. Connor Darnell to the outside, and we're approaching 11 to go. Next time by, big skid on that outside. There goes Darnell in that 2.6. Now trying to make his way up that middle, the four car of Street, possibly saving fuel according to COT Tommy. He's cheering on Connor Darnell in the chat. Zellmer still leads, and the caution comes out before we can hit 1-0 to go.
Yeah, just a few laps remaining in this, and these guys have been driving like it's the last lap since the first lap, so I can't imagine that with 10 laps to go and it all on the line that it's going to get any better. And right now, these drivers are trying to figure out their long-run speeds. But, Rick James, I think we might be in a position in this race where we've ran so many caution laps that these guys are actually saving fuel. So we might be good. I don't know. Some of these drivers are already starting to complain about fuel just a little bit. We're just going to have to see what happens.
Lots of speculations in the chat. We'll see what happens over these final 10 laps. That's for sure. But no matter what, it's been a thrilling evening. Thank you to every last fan that's come through to enjoy and celebrate racing with myself, with Terry, the good folks over from Midwest Barbecue in southern Kansas City. 10 laps to go next time by, Terry. Zellmer, Street, Darnell, your top three. Green flag is out the Chili Bowl.
$50 on the line for these drivers given to the the first place driver of this feature right now, Adam Zellmer in that spot. Tyler Street running second, Connor Darnell still on the outside. The 4 of Tyler Street, he's lost some positions, he's gained some positions, Rick, and it's all been on the bottom of the racetrack. He has not attempted to move around at all. Confidence from that driver. The second place driver, Connor Darnell, looks like he is on his roof again.
That's Tim Trowbridge in that rose-colored number 174 that goes for a skid down the front straight. And just as we took 7 laps to go, let's have a look at Trowbridge. Got a great run on that outside, Terry, but I think he just caught the wall, and that spilled the end for him.
Yeah, these guys are really, really pushing, and the outside is getting really slick. Maybe 10 laps ago, the top of that track had a ton of grip, and that's why they were up there. But every time you go around it with all 20 of these cars, it just gets slicker and slicker, and that car wants to slide. And so now these drivers are going to have to figure out how they can move around the racetrack, find the grip. Adam Zellmer doing the best he can to hold off Tyler Street. Tyler Street has been the dominant car here at the Chili Bowl. He's led the most laps, but this Adam Zellmer, he wants to be the guy that takes home this trophy tonight.
Ready to go. 8 laps of battle at the Chili Bowl. Great jump by Zellmer. Streets up the inside. Blaine Brinks in third. Dan Adam in fourth. Connor Darnell rounds out the top 5. 6 to go, Terry.
Good racing on this restart. Looks like they're able to keep it clean through 1 lap. The driver's going to come with 6 laps to go when they cross the line here. Side by side for second place. The 4 of Tyler Street stays on the bottom. The 21 of Blaine Brink, he's in the second place and flying, Rick James. He made up so much ground on the 17 of Adam Zellmer. 5 laps to go. Does he have enough time to catch it?
Brink is going to have 4 at the line, 3 next time. Zellmer, Brink, Street, your top 3, running that cushion as hard as they can, Terry. 3 laps to go, and this could be one final move for Blaine Brink. Trowbridge has crashed.
53 of 55 in the books here. The 17 and the 21 both choose the outside. The 4 of Tyler Street back down with a huge haymaker on the bottom and gets into the 21. Tyler Street takes over that spot as the 21. Hard crash.
Big flip into turn number 1, and we're going to restart with 2 laps to go. Tyler Street gets one last shot at redemption after he went full send onto Adam Zellmer. And just how you could write it up for a script, the inaugural Midwest Barbecue ARCS Chili Bowl Nationals will come to a green-white checkered finish.
Yeah, this is incredible, and now we're in a position, Tyler Street, he kind of did what he had to do. He sent that in there right on the bottom, tried the slide job. The 21 got into the back of him, and that hurts for the 21. But this is about 3 laps to go, and so I mean, this is for all the marbles. So unfortunate for that number 21. Adam Zellmer, Tyler Street, Daniel Adams, Blaine Brink, Connor Darnell. That's your top 5. 2 laps are going to decide this, Rick James. This is going to be incredible.
If you have not felt the excitement yet, you've got no pulse at all, and you don't belong anywhere near ARCS Racing Network. So get up, get ready, here we go. 2 more laps, and it's the white flag that's out. Adam Zellmer gets the jump. 1 more corner, 1 more chance for Street. The winner of the inaugural ARCS Chili Bowl Nationals is Adam Zellmer in the 17.
Incredible race by that number 17. Daniel Adams going to come home second. Tyler Street in third. Ryan Stillwell able to battle back to fourth. Blaine Brink, who was really strong, is going to finish fifth. Joshua Gaiman, who was, I believe, on the pole for this race, he's going to come home sixth. What an incredible race that we saw, Rick. Didn't I tell you that that was going to be excitement on purpose?
That was a marvelous finish to this one. Couldn't have imagined it any better than that. So the driver's going to wreck each other here in celebration. Zellmer leading. Daniel Adam will come home in second. Tyler Street will come home in third. And that is how your inaugural ARCS Chili Bowl cookie crumbles. Zellmer with the victory. Fans at home, don't go anywhere. We're going to have top 3 interviews in just a moment. What a finish. On the podium now with our top three, and what a way to witness the inaugural Midwest Barbecue ARCS Chili Bowl Nationals, starting with the driver of that number 4 leading the most laps tonight, Tyler Street. Despite the fact that you were low on fuel, you managed to come home third in the first ever Midwest Barbecue ARCS Chili Bowl Nationals.
Yeah, man, I broke a sweat a little bit trying to keep it on the bottom because I was afraid of running out of fuel, and I didn't want to go back to I wanted back up to the top, but I was just afraid of running out of fuel. And I think I ended up with like 0.4 gallon or something like that left. So it was a good race. I'm glad it was actually a good race there. I wish we could have got some more green flag, but hey, it was a good first one. I liked it.
You put on a great show for the fans. Tyler, congratulations on that third place finish.
Thank you.
Terry, you've got our silver medalist tonight, one Daniel Adam.
Daniel Adam, you had an incredible run. You just come up one place short. Take us through your race, buddy. This was kind of a very interesting night, not just through the A main, but with all the heats and the different mains that we did. So it was very different for a lot of different drivers depending on what position that you were in. So take us through your race a little bit and tell us if maybe you could have done something different, had something for Zelmer at the end.
I definitely could have not gotten in so many wrecks. I think I got in 2 wrecks in the feature and had to go to last every time. But it was nice being able to come up and get a team 1-2. So that slider on the last lap, I kind of just had to throw it whether I was going to clear him or not. I was trying to get second and maybe even the win. But it was awesome having a team 1-2.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate it, Daniel. That was incredible racing. We appreciate you guys taking the time to come out and run this race. But Rick, you have the winner, Adam Zelmer. He ran an incredible race tonight.
Big shout out to Adam Zelmer getting that W tonight, and of course, the Midwest Barbecue winning interview. Big shout out to the good folks over at Midwest Barbecue just south of Kansas City for all your barbecue, catering, and meat smoking needs. Midwest Barbecue in South Kansas City has you covered. 20 years of the area's best barbecue experience. Learn more at racearcs.com. And now the winner, driver of the number 17, Adam Zelmer. You have won the inaugural Midwest Barbecue ARCS Chili Bowl Nationals.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun in the race. I was really worried about, running out of gas, so I tried to run the bottom more, but then people just came around the top and tried to get around me. But yeah, overall it was a lot of fun.
Explain to us, how difficult was that fuel situation, because even halfway through the race, drivers were starting to worry a bit about the gas in the tanks.
Yeah, I was getting really worried because I was running the top for a good majority of the race, and I did not think I was going to make it, so I started running that bottom. But eventually I had to go back up to the top because people were starting to figure out the top more, so.
You managed to figure out enough to get that victory, Adam. Congratulations on that inaugural Chili Bowl Nationals win. So now we got to ask you, in 2023, you will come to defend your crown?
Yeah, for sure. We'll try, yeah. It'll be fun to come out again and see if I can defend the champion, yeah.
Certainly, we won't have to wait a year to see you racing in more ARCS Dirt events. What a great run. Congratulations on that win, AZ.
Thank you so much.
Terry, for the first ever Chili Bowl Nationals, that did not go bad at all. I had fun.
Yeah, Rick, I had a blast, and I was so glad that we got to teach you what the soup was. And now you know, and you could go back and tell all of your friends. It was incredible racing. No, to be honest, Rick, this race, just like everything that we do in ARCS, it just doesn't go without a team. SKD has worked really hard, Stephen Doughton, on this race. Seth Wansing, he's also put a ton of work into this race. Got a shout out to Ryan Pinnell. Got a shout out to all the ARCS admins who, we call and lean on for support. I want to shout out to you, Rick. I appreciate you doing this with me. This was so much fun, and it made it so much better because you were here with me, so I appreciate that. And just shout out to all these drivers who came in. Only 20 made it, 40 showed up. That's an incredible, or I'm sorry, almost 50 showed up. So that's an incredible turnout. We appreciate that, and we hope to be doing that soon. Want to give the fans an opportunity to know that if you want to join with what ARCS is doing, racearcs.com, you can get every bit of information that you need to know about what we're doing every night of the week there at racearcs.com. You apply, Stephen Doughton's going to get a hold of you. We'll get you into a spot, and the racing is about to start. All the leagues are about to kick off here in February, Rick.
Round 3 of AROC, the ARCS Race of Champions from Bathurst. That's right, Mount Panorama, Thursday night, 8 p.m. on Rick James TV. We have A Squared, the premier next-gen Cup Championship, starting the night of the Daytona 500. That'll be the 3rd February and Sunday. And of course, we're going to throw it back with a little bit of Generation 4 NASCAR. It's the ARCA Menards stock cars coming up Thursdays in February, the first 12 weeks of that season. The season 4 kicks off 3rd week of February as well. As Terry mentioned, go to racearcs.com to learn about all the disciplines we have. It's not just NASCAR. V8 supercars, Indy cars are coming up in February as well. Of course, we just did these dirt sprints. Everything with 4 wheels and an engine is something that ARCS is interested in, and the Alliance Racing Championship Series is interested in you. Go to racearcs.com to learn more, and until that next race, everybody, please stay safe. Do take care of each other, and we